ジガムはガムとゴム両方の性質を合わせます。
Woo! Back again. Another solo live. DJ Josh Magic Michaels.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Thank you guys for being here. What a beautiful day.
Damn, son,
Everybody
where'd
likes
you find this?
the Hisoka intro. Thank you guys for being here for another solo live. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Thank you guys again. Coming in hype, coming in hot. I want to be more consistent with these things, releasing them or doing them on a weekly basis, covering anime and manga related news. I don't know if you could tell, but we've been upping the output of content that we've been doing recently. We just dropped that Ayashimon bonus video. If you guys haven't seen that, go check that out. Before we go through everything that we're going to be going through, people are already saying drop some bars.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
But yeah, before we go through the dossier for today, just to let you guys know that if you do feel like donating at any point during the show, that all donations will go to the Volume 1 family, not just me, but to the whole Volume 1 crew. Of course, if you're not subscribed, then subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications, yada, yada, yada. Like the video, yada, yada, yada. And if you want to be part of the Patreon gang, then you can do that by going to patreon.com/volume1pod. Speaking of that, we just released our Volume 1 Drum Island review, finally. And people were very kind, very nice. Obviously, we were a little nervous about, having another person on the pod, but I think Nolan was great. Hopefully, you guys all vibed with him. You liked him. And if you are a part of the Patreon, then there is a Patreon exclusive episode with him where we talk to him and we get to know him a little bit more. So check that out. But I guess let's just go through what we're going to be talking about today. I don't know if you guys saw, but Attack on Titan, it's ending finally. We just got a new trailer today. We'll watch that. We'll kind of go through that. I do want to talk a little bit more about Ayashimon. Some stuff's been coming out recently where a lot of people are saying that it's blatantly ripping off. You need to fix your Patreon link for all the descriptions. Yeah, I know. The thing with the Patreon link, and I'll update it right now. I mean, it feels a little, weird to just spam it in the chat, but I will right now. Look, I don't know what's wrong with YouTube, but YouTube, I have a little docket, right? That I let me just pull this up real quick. That I, copy and paste all the links into. And, they always work. They work for like a week and then, or like a couple weeks, and then they all of a sudden stop working. So that's very frustrating. But let me see if I can do this, and if I can go over here and do this and just spam that just in case anybody wants to join, anybody wants to support. But yeah, I need to fix that. Someone said Nolan is great. Thank you guys. And I do think that, as time goes on too, he's going to be even better and he's going to be getting even more comfortable. And so I'm very excited. It's a way to shake up the One Piece videos and just have someone that's a little more informed on the series. But yeah. Someone said I binged watched Ranking of Kings last night and it's so good. Yes. That's what I really want to talk about today. Let me go through everything, though, at the beginning of the show, everything that we're going to be, can I spam the Discord link to? Not working for me. Yeah, I'm going to go through after the live today. I have some editing that I need to do for some episodes, and then I am going to go back, and I'm going to try to fix all those links. The thing is that I will fix them, and they will work, but then in a couple of weeks, they will not work again. So I'm going to spam the Discord link really quick right here. Make sure I copied the right thing. And here we go. For everybody who wants to join the Discord, hop over there. And anything that you want me to respond or react to in any live, there is also a tab in our Discord for live show reactions. Any news, any articles, any videos, anything, then you can post it there. And like we did with Megan's figure show figure live. A lot of people were in there posting pictures of their figure collections, and we got to react to those, and it was a lot of fun. So yes. So let me go through everything that we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about a little bit more about Yashiman. Just a lot of people saying that it's ripping off One Punch Man, which just seems stupid and dumb. We are, of course, going to be talking about what is in the thumbnail, the Shonen Jump sort of drop in sales that's been happening. I think it's, it's not as big of a deal as people online or articles are making it seem. We're going to be talking about Ranking of Kings, which is probably, without a doubt, and One Piece movie Red did get announced today. Yes. Ranking of Kings is probably, without a doubt, one of the best, if not the best anime to come out this season. Episode 6 just came out. I haven't watched it yet, episode 6. I've watched the first 5 episodes because I'm waiting to watch episode 6, specifically with Megan, because Megan is a huge fan of Ranking of Kings as well. And Cody, not so much. We're trying to get him in it. We're trying to get him invested in it because it's something that I think is going to be right up his alley. I think that with him and with a lot of people, what happens is they're getting a little turned off by maybe the cutesy sort of Ghibli vibe of the anime, but it is so much more than that. I'm a sucker for cute stuff. I love cute. I love fantasy. I think it does both so well. It's like a cute Berserk, okay? And if you need any more convincing, I don't know what else to say. It's got everything. The animation is beautiful. And I don't even really know why I'm going into it right now because we're going to go more into it later. But yeah, it's so good. So we're going to talk about Ranking of Kings. Attack on Titan. Just also with Shonen Jump, some of the manga that they've been canceling or canceled and sort of just what seems to be, and it's always sort of been the nature of manga, especially when it comes to Shonen Jump. There's a lot of pressure, I think, to create a series in a certain amount of time, and you only have a certain amount of chapters to get an audience hooked and an audience invested. But it does seem like they are cutting things faster than they've ever cut them before. And so we're going to be talking about a couple titles that they cut, like the Red Riding Hood manga, which we're going to talk about, the Hunters Guild, and what I think to be an anime related news story that is it's not funny for the person, but it's pretty funny, I think, for just people who are not this person, is that there was a woman in Japan, sorry for laughing, who got arrested. And it does speak to a bigger issue, I think, with copyright specifically in laws in Japan. But there was a woman who got arrested recently for selling Demon Slayer cakes. And I just have an article pulled up that I think is very, very, again, it's not funny for her. It's not fun for her. But I mean, and it does speak to, again, I want to talk a little bit more about just copyright. And there are sites, and loopholes when it comes to anime merch specifically. Obviously with things like Redbubble and stuff, with all these series and sort of how long it takes for merch to come out. Is it acceptable, or how do we feel as a community, and what is the unspoken rule that we all have about buying things that are not necessarily official? And more specifically, when official merch doesn't exist yet. It's one thing to support something. But I know Cody recently, not recently, but a while back, before, Chainsaw Man merch did start to become more mainstream, was having a hard time, wanting to support something that he loves and cares about, but not really feeling like he had an official way to do that. So, she got arrested and she went to jail, which is a little aggressive. Fine her, maybe give her a fine, maybe a cease and desist. But I think it's a little more strict in Japan. So a couple questions. Was she mass producing the cakes, or was it just at her local store? She was promoting them on her Instagram. But yeah, so we're going to get to all that. We're going to go through all that in more depth and, talk more about them. But I guess what better way? I also have something set up, and I don't know when we're going to get to use it, but it's very fun. And maybe when we start talking about Ranking of Kings, I'll get into it, because I really do want to, want to sing a song of passion and just really try to convince anybody else there that's on the fence that they should watch this show. Really quickly, though, what I thought was really, really nice was that we actually shout out to one of our community members, our Discord members, Frozen Arbiter. We actually got to meet him IRL, which was pretty cool. So I'm going to cut over here and show you guys that we got to meet. Look at this beautiful man. It's Cody, Megan, me, and Frozen Arbiter. We got to meet him and talk to him. You guys are always so awesome and so cool. The second listener that we've gotten to meet in person. What a great guy. We went figure hunting at a place called Frankensons, which is like a local like anime swap meet, nerdy swap meet. They sell comic book stuff there too. Yeah, so we went figure shopping. There was a whole ordeal that took place and that Megan was pretty upset about because I don't know if you can see how well you can see behind me, but I have a couple new figures back here. I have this Rem in the back that is now like on a snowflake, and it's a swap meet type of place. So each booth is independently run by a different person. And there is a figure shop that is like located right outside of Frankensons as well. And so what happened was Megan had sworn to me that we weren't going to find this Rem figure anywhere for any cheaper, and that I had to get it at this specific booth. And I did. And then we went to the other figure store that was located right outside of Frankensons and found it for like $20 cheaper. Had to go back, had to, negotiate. Can I return it? Can I not return it? Because it's like a mom and pop thing. It was a whole thing, but we ended up working it all out. Frozen Arbiter saved the day, really broke down the math of it all with us, and we were able to get that one. And I got another Rinmaru figure, a nicer, I think, Rinmaru figure. And I got my first Miku figure as well. Speaking of Rem, y'all need to get Cody to watch the anime. I think he'll love it for sure. Yeah, people love to hate on ReZero, but I think it's one of the best isekai, and Subaru is one of the most relatable and down to earth and real ass protagonists in any isekai. It's just such a great series. There's a moment in season 1 when he has that sort of that moment with Rem, and he's talking to her and he's telling her like, how he feels about her and about, somebody else. Spoilers, I guess, if you haven't seen it, but and it's just a real moment, and you're just like, God damn, dude, tell us how you really feel, Subaru. Yeah, relatable. People are like, relatable ? I mean, he's not like, I'm not saying that like in every aspect, but I mean in some aspects, he's a relatable guy. People like to hate on him for his, whatever. But anyway, so I guess where to start? Let's say Ayashimon. If you haven't seen the video yet, check out the video. I guess I just really wanted to talk about for a second, and it does seem just like people writing articles to write articles, and having no real I don't know basis for these things other than to just want to get people to click on them. But people are saying right here, let me take off Frozen for a second. Everybody say bye to Frozen. That Shonen Jump, Ayashimon is ripping off One Punch Man with a twist. I mean, I guess it's just a clickbait title, but Cody did liken the series to One Punch Man a little bit. I don't know if you guys have read it yet. Just for its protagonist being a overpowered, manga protagonist, and specifically in Ayashimon's case, wanting to be a manga protagonist. I think he is very different than Saitama. And we also got a lot of comments, from people telling us that they also do feel like it was Kaku's sort of reaction and answer to like everybody's recent obsession with series like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, and it just seems to be like this perfect blend between the two. And I would say that's not far off. It does feel a little Jujutsu Kaisen in some of the designs of, I would say, the Ayashimon. Obviously, because he was an assistant to Fujimoto, the art is very, I would say, similar-ish. But it's such a fun series. Let's see what some people are saying. They're still going off about Subaru. The absolute state of modern journalism. And that's what's going to be kind of tricky, is that I don't know, it's not really anime or manga related, but, I did kind of want to talk about that new Spider-Man trailer. It was wild. and a lot of people seem very hyped about it. The like to dislike ratio when I watched it was insanely positive. And while I am not as jaded as Cody when it comes to Marvel movies, and I still have fun watching them, haven't seen Eternals, kind of really don't have any desire to. I will say that the first Spider-Man trailer really excited me. And then after I saw that second trailer, it was really the Doc Ock joke that really rubbed me the wrong way. When like Peter, MJ, and his friend Ned are like, "What's your name again?" And then he's like, "Otto Octavius." And then they were like, and they were like laughing. It just didn't, like, what is so funny about that? Like, you've literally fought a purple guy from outer space. I don't get it. Peter, you heard crazier names than Otto Octavius. I don't know what was so funny about that. And then Doctor Strange's line about, "Let's Scooby-Doo this crap," or whatever. It was really just like, it was kind of weak. I felt like, yeah, it was, the first trailer was so good. And I'll get off the Spider-Man tangent in a second, but the first trailer was so good and got me so genuinely excited for this multiversal, sort of team up or this, we were going to get to see sort of a version of the Sinister Six from like every universe. And the second trailer really kind of, made me a little less excited, or made me feel like, oh, they might not got this. At first I was like, they got this. And then the second trailer was like, they might not got this, if that makes sense. And then, yeah, the Scooby-Doo thing was really it. And but like, not only was, and I don't want to repeat myself, but them laughing at Otto Octavius' name was like, also like, what? Anyway, the movie, Mr. Stealing Your Wife, the movie already going into a fan service. So I'm happy they are, leaning fully into it. That's one way to look at it. And that is the eternal optimist, Mr. Stealing Your Waifu. Anyway, check out the Ayashimon video we released, and we want to start releasing shorter videos. I guess what I really wanted to talk about with that, and why I added it to the docket, I guess, is that because we have recorded another chapter 1, or sort of what we're kind of workshopping and calling Volume Jump episode, covering another series that doesn't have an official release out right now. You can find it online, translated. And of course, when it does get an official release, I think it does merit a potential Volume 1. Obviously, that'll be something that, you can show us you're interested in by liking that video when it comes out. But if you want to get ahead of the curve, and if you want to read it before you hear us talk about it, it's a series that Cody found, and I don't know exactly where he found it. I think he talks about it in the episode, but he found it, I think, I don't know. Who knows the dark places that man goes on the internet? You know what I mean? And frankly, I don't want to know. But it was a series called Ottoman, and I think it's Ottoman. I think currently right now there are about 12-ish chapters that you can find. But what I really wanted to talk about is that compared to Ayashimon, and there being so much hype for Ayashimon, and yes, it's because it comes from a mangaka who has a successful series under his belt, as well as someone who is so close to Fujimoto and to Chainsaw Man. And it makes sense because it did just get officially translated, and it is on Shonen Jump and Viz, why everybody's so excited about it. But Ottoman, I do think, and again, shout out to Cody for finding this series, I do think has a lot of potential. And as a first chapter, I said this in the short episode that's going to come out, I'm aiming to maybe put it out maybe tomorrow. I think it had a stronger first chapter than Ayashimon. So if you're looking for something, and Cody likened it to kind of like Jagan meets maybe, Megan said it felt a little Parasite, or it felt a little, I don't want to give away everything we say in the video, but Jagan definitely, but a more wholesome Jagan. If you're looking for something to read, check out Ottoman, and that video will probably be dropping tomorrow. It's going to be another short, 15-minute video. But yeah. And some people have already read it, it looks like. And if you have, then, let people know in the chat how good it is, because, I think it is severely underrated. And because it's not officially translated yet. But yeah, similar to Parasite meets Jigan meets, obviously Cody likes it because there's a symbiotic relationship in it. The first Parasite. Yashar, you're confusing me now. Parasite, the anime, not or manga, not Parasite, the wonderful, beautiful, cinematic movie by Bong Joon-ho. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. But anyway, let's go to Ranking of Kings, dude. Ranking of Kings, for anybody here who hasn't seen it, and I kind of gushed about it in the beginning, I want to show you guys the trailer. I don't know how many people in here have seen the trailer, watched it for themselves, but my goal here is to convince anybody on the fence to check this out, because when it comes to anime this season, Megan has turned me on to series like My Senpai is Annoying, and obviously we reviewed Komi and Miruko, and while like I love the Komi anime and have been watching it with Megan and have been watching Miruko, like there's something about Ranking of Kings that is just so different and also just like in a way cinematic. So I don't know, how much I can show without getting flagged. This might be a good exercise, but let's pull this up and let's see. And like I said, anybody on the fence, you're gonna see, if you haven't seen anything about it before, you're gonna look at this art style and it's gonna make you wonder, have I lost my mind? Has Josh lost his mind? But I assure you that it's fantastic. So I'm gonna pull this up and just kind of show you guys a little bit of this.
耳も聞こえないし口も聞けない。あれが次の王様だと思うと不安になるよ。
お前は前の王妃の忘れがたみだ。
Sorry, I went away
可愛
for
く
a
て仕
second.
方がない。鍛錬に励め、息子よ。
I mean, look at just the animation alone, but I understand that could maybe turn people off. And this guy, does kind of remind me of the demon from Disenchanted, I think is what it's called. That like Futurama Simpsons looking spin-off, same writers show. And what a banger, dude. I mean, it's so good. 5 episodes out, or 6 episodes out right now. And another reason why I wanted to talk about it is because the dub just got released. And what studio does it? It's Wit. Wit Studio. Lit, as I call it, Lit Studio is doing it. And Ranking of Kings is, the OP is amazing. Lit Studios, aka Wit Studios, is at the helm. And the dub also came out. If you have Funimation, the dub came out recently. Like I said, there's only 6 episodes out now currently, so if you get ahead of it, you could still catch up fairly quickly and watch it with everybody else. Funimation, as of today, I think, this morning, released the dub for it as well, and I think they're going to try to keep up with it. Lloyd is asking what genre it is. It is fantasy. It is a fantasy story, but what I like about it is what I find I like about fantasy is when it can really lean into all of its fantasy elements, but at the same time, there is some sort of ambiguity with how the magic and how the things in this world work. Out of the gate, the pacing of this show is absolutely incredible. Every episode, not only are you stunned by just the beauty of the animation, but you're already invested in the relationships between, our protagonist and everybody else he meets. That shadow monster assassin that you see has an entire episode dedicated to their past, their backstory. It gives them motivation without giving anything away. It really does a great job at making you care about every single person. And it is very Game of Thronesy in the sense that you're meeting so many people who have so many different agendas and who are, constantly maybe having to, betray each other or go against what they might normally do to, I don't know, to rise in the ranks or to appease who they've pledged their loyalty to. I will also say that it feels like a very important show because the protagonist is deaf and mute, and it just feels like it's handling that and in that character so well, and it's just doing it in a very gracefully. It feels like. Oh shit, Yashar, we gotta get the air horns. We gotta get the explosions.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Damn, son, Yashar. Thank you for the donation. The ED is a banger. The ED is a banger. I don't know how much we can show on here, but I mean, you just heard the OP too. I mean, I can't talk about it enough. I think that there's so many great anime this season, but it is entirely, I think, worth a watch. Mr. Stealing Your Waifu, try not to overhype it. Jeez. Yeah, I know. I probably might be overhyping it because you know, I don't know. Now I'm in my head about it. I might be overhyping it. So yeah, go into it with low expectations and then expect for those expectations to be exceeded. It's fantastic. Let's just see if anybody else is saying anything that I haven't said about it. But the same guys who will make the soundtrack for Jujutsu Kaisen's movie is the same people who drew the OST. Yeah, it looks pretty comfy. It is comfy, but it's also painful. I will say that. Yeah. So just Ranking of Kings, there's the dub. It just came out. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think. I'd like to have more people to share it with. And I would honestly, when the season is fully, wrapped, when the season is done, when it's all aired, I would like to do a season 1 video on it because I think it's absolutely amazing. Okay, moving on so that we don't dwell on any one subject for too long. We're going to, talk about Attack on Titan in a little bit, but I'm assuming that, most of you watching have already seen the part 2 trailer if you care about Attack on Titan. If you don't, then why would you? But let's get to what we're talking about, or what is in the thumbnail, which is that Shonen Jump's sales have dropped. And not only Evangelion win, Mr. Stealing Your Waifu, Evangelion, maybe later today, maybe tonight I'll start it. Someone said you are the last one to watch it. Yes. Oh, Mr. Stealing Your Waifu said that. Yes, I gotta watch it. I'm gonna watch it maybe tonight. Give me a break. Give me a break. Shonen Jump's sales are dropping, but again, I want to do this. I want to cover anime and manga related news. I want to talk about things that are happening in the anime and manga space, but a lot of times it does feel like, someone said earlier in the chat that with this constant state of, or with this current state of like journalism, it does feel like, even headlines are clickbait. And so while it is true that Shonen Jump has and is experiencing its lowest sales that it's ever had in the past, I think 50 years. Is that right? I have the article pulled up. I think since the 70s, it said. But it's also like that's also when it comes to physical copies, which after looking deeper into it, manga has still outsold Western comics. So it's not even that like the current state of like manga sales is in any danger. It's also because everybody has shifted to digital, and you're absolutely insane if you're not subscribed to the Shonen Jump app, which I'm not here to plug, and I wish they would maybe sponsor the pod. Hey, what's up? But it's $2. It's $2 a month, which is just like you have $2 in your couch. You have $2 in your, in underneath your car seats. So everybody is freaking out and trying to make this, I think, a lot bigger than it is. And they're also saying that it is because, a lot of these bigger series are ending. So let me cut over here real quick, just so that everybody can kind of see what I'm seeing. Yeah, that it's they're basically saying in half a century. So I was being a little generous with the amount of time, or maybe I wasn't actually. 50 years. I was right. Okay, good. I did my research. Yeah. They're saying that because Demon Slayer is over, and that others shows like or series like Naruto and Bleach are over. That it's looking for all these things to fill their slots. That One Piece, where people in the even chat are saying is not only is it really One Piece is popping off this year. Why is this ship sinking? I think it's also that, One Piece does feel like, and because, we talked to Nolan and Nolan is caught up on the series, it does feel like One Piece is, reaching its conclusion. Now, has One Piece, and have I heard from other One Piece fans that it's been reaching its conclusion for years, it's felt like? Sure. But I think that is sort of just the nature of, reading a series on a week to week basis. I don't know what series can ever fill One Piece's shoes. I don't think it's possible. I don't think that there's ever going to be a series that could do that. But, with series like Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen, like the state of Shonen Jump is fine. Like they have so many series that they don't have to worry about Demon Slayer being over. I mean, they really don't have to worry about Haikyuu being over. There's so many things that I think just get, hyped up. But let's see. I think because Jump is really picky with their manga selection, and they even rejected AOT, a terrible mistake. Yeah, for sure. And they canceled. Everybody was really excited about this series. And I remember, the Hunters Guild Red Hood. Everybody wanted us to do a volume 1 or a chapter 1 of Red Hood. And, I read the first chapter just to kind of see if it was going to be something that we would be interested in doing. And it was something that I thought would be perfect for us to do a volume 1 on, especially, since it featured werewolves, and everybody knows how Cody feels about werewolves and how obsessed he is with them. But they canceled it. I mean, they canceled Red Hood. And, to be fair, I didn't continue it. I hadn't caught up on it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what made them do this. Obviously there's surveys that you can take in the physical magazines, and, readers can show their interest in a specific series. And I guess the interest just wasn't there. It does feel like, and what this article is saying is that, there's pressure from these mangaka to have to hook the, reader in an X amount of chapters. So what they're doing is they're rushing their story. They're getting to a point like they talk about in this article. Candy Flurry got to a point which Candy Flurry was also canceled, which is something that we covered and that, Cody believed in, and, to his credit, is something that he admits that he was wrong about. But that they rushed the story and ended up putting their protagonist in a Lollipop Gundam suit at some point, and it just sort of started to feel like it was going off the rails. And that is, of course, in the mangaka, and a lot of the mangaka are talking about, just that pressure to get the story to an interesting place as soon as possible, and sacrificing the development of their characters and their story and the pacing of it. So, I think that that's always been the nature of Shonen Jump, though. It's it's the most competitive platform stage for your series. That's why it's produced some of the greatest things. And yeah, sure, they rejected Attack on Titan. Like they're gonna miss the mark. And no businessman is a psychic and can tell when something is gonna be a hit or not. But yeah, we got another donation shout out. Moses Iyayes. I wish we had some music. Maybe we'll bring the Hisoka music back. Little dono time.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
From Moses Iyayes. Here we go. Moses says, hey Josh, I'm sending you the Sanji cookbook to the P.O. box. Maybe we can get more of Josh's kitchen segments. And how is the Chainsaw Man sweater I sent? Oh my God, where is it? If it is in the studio somewhere, I think that I think that Megan took it upstairs. Megan claimed it, by the way. So, Moses, shout out. Thank you for the donation. Of course, like I said, all donations go not just to me, but to the entire Volume 1 family. I will, once we get that cookbook, I will shoot another Josh's Kitchen segment, okay? I'll chop it up. I did the first one a little last minute, and it was just so that we could cut it into the live, but I'll up the production value, okay? I'll use the good camera because I think I just used my phone, and I'll cook a dish, and I'll put it out. I'll put it out. I hope that's not a challenge because it's about to go down. In the kitchen, I throw down, and I actually burnt the shit out of my hand. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if it shows up on this camera, but I don't know if you can see my hand. Burnt the shit out of it cooking because I get aggressive in there. I throw down in there. But Chainsaw Man sweater. I want to pull up a picture of the Chainsaw Man sweater that he sent. It's absolutely fire. And when we saw it, when we took it out of the box, we lost our minds. Megan claimed it because it just doesn't seem like something Cody would necessarily be super excited to wear, which if he is, then they'll have to fight to the death for it. But it's a beautiful Chainsaw Man sweater. I love, and I was talking to Frozen Arbiter about this. I love when a company can blend, anime and manga, which does tend to sometimes have just these plain graphic tees. I love when they can blend sort of fashion and streetwear in a very creative and in a very aesthetically pleasing way. So they took a Nike crew neck and just sort of, etched in this sort of, I don't even know what it is. This, it's almost like what you would make out of a blanket or something. They stitched a Chainsaw Man design in it. Fantastic, beautiful, amazing. Oh shit, it's about to go down. We got Monokuma. Monokuma, hit us with another donation. Thank you for the donation. Here we go. Here we go.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Josh, you need to become a manga protagonist yourself, and the sales will just fly through the roof. Trust me, bro. Hey, dude, you know what's so crazy? And I would like to get to a point where we could do this eventually. We have a lot of talented artists in our Discord. I would love, and we have a show off your art tab in there, or section in there. And I would love to eventually work on, even if it's something short, even if it's a one shot. I would love to work on a volume 1 manga. I think that would be so sick. Just a couple of pages. I obviously would want to help, draw whatever I could draw. I haven't, dabbled in digital art in quite some time. You have a lot of hobbies, a lot of passions. Some tend to fall by the wayside, but all the volume 1 art and stuff I did draw myself, and so I would love to dip my toe into maybe creating a volume 1 manga with the help of our community. I mean, that would be fantastic. And I maybe the next, I'm not pressuring anybody for any more donos, but maybe for the next dono, I will activate the secret sauce that I've been, saving, because I did realize, and because, the Monokuma donation came in right at a point when I had my finger hovering over this secret button, and I did think it would be perfect to shout out a dono with that. So maybe for the next dono, we'll get the reveal of what I've been hiding this whole time. What were we talking about? Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, Shonen Jump. Let's go back. Look, not that it's that crazy, but yeah, I mean, Red Hood getting canceled is crazy. Candy Flurry getting canceled, not crazy at all. And they're dipping sales. So I just want to, just so we can sort of, for completion's sake, go through this. It does say that the current numbers have reflected the lowest numbers for the manga magazine in nearly 50 years. Sales have not been this low since around 1974. Again, that is talking about physical print copies. Digital is harder to track for them for whatever reason, and their digital sales, I think, they have to be through the roof, dude. I mean, with all the new series. Despite the current low, it's far from being in danger. And of course, they put that at the bottom, just like they put the milk in the back of the grocery store, because then you got to walk all the way through it to get there. Oh shit. Sorry guys, this just in. Josh confirms he is going to watch Evangelion tonight, dude. Show us the secret button now. Okay, and yeah, dude, follow us at Volume 1 Pod on Instagram, and I'll take a little story of me watching Evangelion tonight. And you can harass me if that doesn't happen, but it will happen. The secret button, here we go. So I'm going to read Mr. Stealing Your Waifu's donation now. Give me 1 second, though, because it does take a second to set up. So here we go. Can you hear me? Mr. Stealing your waifu. Thank you for the donation. Thank you. Monokuma. Thank you, Monokuma, Mr. Stealing Your Waifu. And of course, we can't forget Moses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that was the secret button. And that was it. Now sing Daft Punk. I wanted to come in more hype, you know. I had a whole thing planned. I was trying. I don't know if you guys saw the figure live, but there were some bars dropped, and it is kind of it felt kind of cringe. It felt kind of cringe in the moment to be doing that, and just like being on the spot like that. But when I watched it back, I was like, this is kind of funny. When is the album coming out? Kanye collab dropping soon. Look, dude, I want to put out an anime rap, dude. And I've been saying that. And if anybody, you know, you should go watch the live, but for anybody who didn't see it, you know, maybe I'll pull it up right now just so you can kind of see. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe you should just go watch it. It's time stamped. So, you should check it out. I think, you know, somebody time stamped it in there. It's fun cringe though, the good kind. So yeah, dude, maybe every dono will get a little special song, a little special auto-tune shout out, and a little special thank you. But yeah, dude, expect an anime rap soon because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in my bones. Shonen Jump is not in danger. Spoiler alert. I don't think anybody thought it was. But yeah. So ranking of Kings. Check that off the docket. Shonen Jump is fine, dude. Did Red Hood get canceled? Is that kind of a bummer? Yes. Did Candy Flurry get canceled? Is that a bummer? Not really. But Ayashiman, is it sick? Sure. Is Ottoman sicker? Yes. Check that video out tomorrow. Now let's get to because I'm saving Attack on Titan for last. Can we get a music video rap video? Yeah. I mean, I'll do it. Josh's Kitchen rap video, dude, whatever, dude. I just want to make videos all day long. And I will. We got to talk about this Demon Slayer cake, lady debacle. Have you heard anything about an AOT anime original ending? Not sure if you talked about this already. I haven't talked about it yet. I was going to save it to the end, but, that would be interesting. Because we're so close to the ending of the anime, so when they went to Marley is when they had this sort of there was one hiatus that was years long. And in that time, I had to know what happened. And so I started reading the manga. At a certain point, I stopped reading the manga because I did want to experience it with, you know, I wanted to go into it, you know, fresh. So I stopped reading. Cody, however, are you going to talk about your thoughts on the new OP movie announcement? Yeah, sure. You know what? For not having finished One Piece, I have seen almost every One Piece movie, which people eviscerated me for last time. But yeah, I'm not caught up on the Attack on Titan manga. I have not finished the manga. I'm waiting because we're so close. Why not? Cody, however, has finished it. We were talking to Frozen about it. And according to Cody, the manga ending does leave a lot to be desired. What he felt like it suffered from was that because he was reading it on a weekly basis, that the pacing felt like it was dragging everything out and on for too long. And that because it had so many loose ends to tie up, it was taking a long time to do that. I do think, and we're going to go over it when we talk more about Attack on Titan, that they will tighten that all up. And if that does, mean an anime original ending, then it would not surprise me. So we're going to go through that AOT is the most toxic fandom, and the manga ending really showed it. Yeah. Dude, we talked about this in a Patreon episode, and we've alluded to it before, and maybe I'll pull it up. I mean, you want a Volume 1 exclusive. This is a Volume 1 exclusive right here. The AOT fandom, we have, obviously with covering Berserk and other, big series, One Piece, every fandom so far has been nothing but kind. We did an Attack on Titan reaction video, and you might be wondering, I can't find that video on the channel. There's a reason for it, and I will tell you the reason once we get back from shouting out our friend, Yashar. Thank you, Yashar, for your $9.99 donation. Sorry for getting off topic, but have you read the latest standard and chapters? How do you feel about GG? How do I feel? How do I feel? Dan can do no wrong. And that's how I feel. Sorry, I forgot to unmute my mic. Dan, thank you for the donation again, by the way. Thank you so much. Yashar. So everybody, it's pretty, I think most people know, not everybody knows, not expecting everybody to know, that usually if we're going to plan on doing a video on something, we try not to read it because we want our reactions to be fresh. So with Dan, we did kind of leave off where we left off our last Dan video, but because we got some memes made about our likeness to some characters, and specifically a new character that is Gigi. It's sort of completes the Volume 1 trifecta, right? You got Ocarin, who is Cody, right? And then you've, of course, got Megan. And then I'm assuming that this new character is who everybody's comparing me to, which, hey, if he's a cool guy or not, sick. I haven't read it yet, but I heard from members of our Discord that it does feel like the last few chapters have kind of dropped the ball. That's not me saying that. I'm gonna have to see for myself. But yeah, Dan stays pretty solid. And if what everybody's saying is true, then that's gonna be a bummer, and that's gonna really hurt my soul. That's gonna hurt my heart. Real quick. So yeah, I mean, I'll see if I can pull it up, but I think I deleted it. It might be on a hard drive somewhere. But what I was going to say with toxic fandoms is that someone said, "Okay, that's too cringe. Save it for now." And then I liked DJ dancing Josh. Okay, so maybe we'll stop doing the auto tune. But yeah, our experience with the AOT fandom was probably the most toxic experience that we've ever had on YouTube. I think that, we expected, even because of that, the Berserk fandom to maybe be harsh, or the One Piece fandom to be harsh. And while I will say that, the One Piece fandom hasn't been anywhere close to as toxic as the AOT fandom, that they were a little harsher than the Berserk fandom. And the Berserk fandom tends and seems to be the kindest group of fans out of all of them. But it was so insane what happened. Anyone watch the new Cowboy Bebop live action drop today? Gonna watch that. Gonna talk about that. I think, did they drop all episodes? Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm gonna stop looking at the chat for just 1 second. We wanted to react to so it was the final season, part 1. We wanted to react to the first episode, and we had planned this. And what ended up happening, and this is all, we cover more in depth on our Patreon exclusive podcast. But what happened was we missed, because of 3 people having to meet and because of the air date and everything. We wanted to get it out as soon as possible, and we kind of missed that window when it was going to be, I guess, the most viewed. And so we decided, instead of, getting it out late, that we would just make sure that we got ahead of it on the second episode of the final season, part 1, right? And I don't know if you guys remember the second episode, but like, and it's not spoilers, I'll keep it very spoiler free, but like that was our introduction to characters like Gabby, and that was our introduction to, I mean, honestly, really nothing happened in that episode. So, I mean, there was a cool Titan fight that did happen in Marley, that was, pretty sick. And it was kind of like our first look at like what Mappa was going to do with the Titans and how they were going to sort of animate them. But there was not a lot that was happening like plot wise. And as someone who had read the manga, Cody was like, yeah, this wasn't really exciting in the manga. So why am I, expected to be excited about it in the anime? And, Cody very, like one of the things I really like about him is that he's a very honest person and he's not going to ham anything up. I don't think he's physically capable of doing that. So what happened was we sort of just kind of defaulted into our personalities and our puns and our silliness and our jokes. And while we were at the same time in awe of some of the things that we were seeing, we didn't get down on our hands and knees and like bow down to this series and like, put things at its altar. We didn't put sacrificial lambs at the altar of Attack on Titan. So I guess to some people it felt like we weren't taking it as serious as maybe we should have. And I mean, I uploaded that video at around maybe 2 a.m. my time, our time, Pacific Standard Time. And not only were the views probably the craziest views that we've ever gotten, maybe out of the gate to this day, maybe they will sort of rival the One Piece views that we got. But it was, the dislike ratio was insane. It was like all dislikes, and every single comment was just like not even mean, but just like horrible. Like they were like tearing us down and ripping us apart and saying like the most vile shit ever. And I was just at a point where I was like, oh my God, like this is absolutely insane. I mean, vile stuff, right? To the point where I messaged Cody and I messaged Megan. I was like, what do we do? In hindsight, should have kept it up. Who cares? In hindsight, should have unlisted the video and not deleted it. But when I tell you, it was just like this immediate reaction of just like, this has got to go away. Not necessarily because of the dislikes or whatever, but just because of the horrible things that people were saying. So we deleted it. Lesson learned. We'll make that mistake again. But at the same time, that was our toxic experience with the fandom. Anyway, we got another dono. And not Yashar, but we did get a dono from Yashar. And Lloyd said I can't use the autotune anymore, so I will not use the autotune, but I will shout out Raiden006. Thank you. Here we go. Let's do it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
He says, hey, Josh. Sorry I was not active this stream at work. My apologies if you already answered this before. Do you guys plan to cover any manhwa, specifically the Breaker New Waves? The Breaker has been something that has been recommended to us, and I do think we all really like manhwa. I think Solo Leveling was, even though it was our second foray into the medium, I think it's something that we're all super interested in continuing. And so, Raiden, not only thank you for your donation, but yes, and actually you will see me live write down the Breaker because we have been recommended it before. So I will write it down and we will be adding it to our list. I did like Solo Leveling, and we have an episode on that you can check out. There were some things I didn't love about it, but I think for the most part it was pretty good, and I've heard it only gets better. So people saying, I'm sorry you guys experienced that. Dang, that's awful to hear. Sorry. Yeah. I can say that the banter is pretty funny when you guys are going on a show or in a manga, but I see how people in the anime community can get triggered. Yeah, I mean, definitely, I understand that too. And look, I am, just because it is something that, it's something that it's a part of us to just when we all get together be that way. I mean, you can talk to the 2 listeners that we met in real life, that is who we are on camera is who we are off camera, and there's really no difference at all. And whether that's a surprise or not, I mean, it's just what we bring to anything that we do. But I also understand, even though it's a show that like I'm a part of, I can also look at it through the lens of somebody who is just a fan and wants to hear us, just talk about the series and maybe give it a super critical or super analytical sort of breakdown or review. But at the same time, it's what's fun to us. And I think the majority of everybody, especially here watching now, appreciates that and can appreciate that. But look, I get it. I get it. And I get that we might not be everybody's cup of tea at the same time too. But yeah. So that was our experience with Attack on Titan. I didn't really prep to talk about the One Piece Red movie, but I do want to pull something up really quickly just so that I can sort of, let's see, One Piece movie Red, I think is what it's called. It was just announced today, and I thought about it too. And it says they're saying it's called Red because it's likely going to be focused on Shanks. And dude, come on. I mean, Shanks is the GOAT, dude. It was funny too when I was at the figure shop, and I already knew that like I said, I've read to a certain point, not caught up, but I knew that there were things that happened to characters, specifically a character who is very close to Luffy in some sort of familial sense. But I was at this figure shop and I was looking at all the One Piece figures because I have a Sanji, I have an Usopp, I have a Nami, and we have a Chopper now, who I'll maybe grab in a second. But so for the like OG Straw Hats, I just need a Zoro and a Luffy. So I was like thinking about getting a Luffy, and this guy in the figure aisle dropped a huge spoiler. Was just like, oh man, I can't believe that they, this character did this to this character. And I was just like, thank God I already knew that. Because I would have just got that shit ruined for me. We got another dono from Raiden again, dude. Raiden. Appreciate you, brother. You the man. Or, oh shit, here we go. I didn't know the beat was gonna drop like this.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Raiden006 says, sorry you guys were treated that way. People be crazy behind a screen. Another recommendation for 6668 or O Parts Hunter, named in the US. O Parts Hunter, are you talking about the same manga, O Parts Hunter, that was by the mangaka of Naruto, Masashi Kishimoto's brother? You're talking about that O Parts Hunter? Because I didn't know anybody knew anything about O Parts Hunter. And it might be a different series that you're talking about, but that takes me back, dude. Because I remember just being obsessed with Kishimoto and anything that he did, and then his brother came out with a manga, and it was called O Parts Hunter, and you could tell it had they were heavily inspired by, I guess, either each other or the same artists, and so it did look like early Naruto. It had like an early Naruto kind of feel to the art, and it was a good series. I think I read probably about 4 or 5 volumes of it maybe, and I think that was only, I don't think it went on for very long. I also read Zombie Powder back in the day, which was Tite Kubo's first manga as well. And I actually went on eBay and I bought the first volume, a physical copy of the first volume. What was the spoiler? I'm not going to tell you the spoiler because then it's going to spoil it. Then we're going to spoil it for everybody. Why would I say that? But it was about a person being in a state of, in a different state of being. Keep it very spoiler free. Zombie Powder, kind of sick. I would love to do, and that's partially, kind of the reason why, we want to do, more solo stuff. It is hard to get everybody together and to get everybody to read everything they have to read on top of, doing extra shit. And for me, Zombie Powder, I would love to do I always toyed with the idea of calling it like a Throwback Thursday or something, and, releasing an episode on a Thursday, calling it a throwback, and just doing some really old series like Zombie Powder that doesn't necessarily have like a huge following, or that maybe people wouldn't really know about, but would maybe want to check out, especially if they loved Kubo. But yes, drive-by spoiling. Got spoiled on AOT on a Devil is a part-timer tweet. That sucks. Devil is a part-timer. I did kind of fuck with that series too. Kind of a little bit of a reverse isekai, if you will. Lloyd is asking, what is Zombie Powder? I mean, I could grab it. Let me just pull up let me just pull up a picture because I think it'd be better for and easier for everybody to see. It's just a series by the same mangaka as Bleach and now Burn the Witch, which gotta say, guys, and I kind of had a feeling when I went live last week and I was like, super stoked about, the episode coming out. And there were a couple people in the chat who were like, yeah, Burn the Witch is mid. I was like, this episode's going to bomb. And it kind of underperformed the Burn the Witch episode. But hey, what are you going to do? You just got to keep on keeping on. This is the cover of the first volume here. And it's so sick, dude. I mean, there's something about Kubo's like early art that I still fuck with. And as a kid in high school, would draw. I would emulate. He would draw these really sharp, features, and he just had a very distinct style. And he still does, for sure. But the sharp jaw, it was very specific how he drew faces. And I mimicked that a lot in my own art style. And then he sort of evolved. And where he ended up is also like incredible. But there's just something to that classic art style that I just can't I can never not love. And I'm kind of partial to. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to keep going through the docket. We're going to get to the AOT stuff. I figure maybe now we'll go through a little bit of One Piece Red. We still haven't talked about this lady getting arrested for the cakes. But look, we'll just do that real quick. If you haven't already, you have to check out Devilman Crybaby. I already did. I watched the anime on Netflix. It's a manga that heavily inspired Berserk and Evangelion. Yeah, I guess I got to read the manga. But Devilman Crybaby, I mean, the anime, the newer one, which I understand is sort of, I guess, like a sort of reimagining or a retelling or just an updated, version. I thought it was great. I really liked it a lot. This lady got arrested. Okay. Can you believe this shit? And I really want to talk about, I guess, just sort of the state of, copyright. So let me pull this article up real quick. Because this poor woman, and I guess maybe I shouldn't say poor woman, but honestly, dude, she's out there hustling, dude. And there's a difference between a hustle and there's a difference between theft. And there's a difference between a crime. Okay? And do I think this lady deserves to be locked up in jail? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let me see. I had everything pulled up. I had everything organized. And then I just started opening up more tabs. And now I've lost it. Here we go. Right here. Breaking news. This is what you guys come here for, right? So this woman right here, look, on Wednesday, November 9th, a 34-year-old, and yes, Hassan has told me to get ad blocker, which I'm going to get. It's just so many things to do. She was arrested for basically selling these Demon Slayer cakes, and she got in trouble and she got arrested because apparently, and look, I don't understand necessarily, there is an unspoken rule, right? Obviously Dojin or Dojinshi is sort of like fan art or whatever. And there's this unspoken rule that you can create sort of these, I guess, bootleg merch items if it is your own original fan art. I think that's not necessarily legal, but that a lot of companies will turn a blind eye to that, especially if you're not ripping off. Like if you're not just taking an image and, photoshopping stuff out of it, then I think that's why sites like Redbubble exist. Now, there are people who just Photoshop shit on Redbubble. Redbubble is notorious for unofficial stuff. I think it's exclusively unofficial stuff. And a lot of it is not fan art. A lot of it is not drawn by the creator of the account. A lot of it is just ripping images from, the cover of Chainsaw Man or whatever, Fujimoto's art, and selling that, as opposed to drawing it themselves or drawing it in their own style. But that is sort of the loophole, I guess, right? But, and I also don't understand it, because I was looking at it, a lot of people saying delicious, and look, I could go for some cake right now. That, she admitted to these allegations, and she said, I thought it would sell more if I made it with a popular anime character. Yeah, no shit, it would sell more. I mean, that's why she did it. And this woman's hustling. This woman's making cakes, dude, trying to peddle them on Instagram, dude. And Demon Slayer's over here breaking world box office records, okay? I think they can let this lady, get away with selling a few cakes, all right? But I do understand that they also at the same time maybe have to set an example, and she maybe was just the unfortunate one in the situation. But also they're saying that she just took images from Demon Slayer and slapped on a cake. But that lady, that woman had to like, she didn't just print, these out. She had to, there's a craft involved in here. There's something involved. There's a level of talent that is involved in this. And, on one hand, we just got a giant Volvo commercial. Hassan, I'm going to get that ad blocker. On one hand, it is just like, are y'all selling cakes? I don't think so. So let this woman sell some cake. We got another damn Raiden. Shout out Raiden006. Raiden006 with another donation.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
He says, yep, the same OP Hunter. Oh, no one knows about. Awesome that you read it. Only has 19 volumes, but one of my favorites is in my manga collection. Yeah, I thank you, Raiden, for the donation, and I'm glad we were talking about the same Opars Hunter, because I was a little scared for a second. I thought I was going to look like a fool, but it's a fantastic series, and I really didn't think that anybody else knew about it, or I guess of course people do, but I just didn't know how many, and so to hear you say it, that's going to be a throwback. Maybe we are going to do Throwback Thursday, and maybe that's the point of these lives, is to just finally muster up the courage to believe in these ideas, right? So Zombie Powder, first Throwback Thursday, second Throwback Thursday, Opars Hunter. There we go. Volvo sponsorship incoming. Yeah, and someone says she's trying to move weight. Now, is it also, back to the cake situation, is it also, a little convenient that a woman who bakes cakes is getting locked up because, they do sneak things into jails via cake. And so I do think that, fortunately for her, she maybe has some homies in the cake community that can maybe slip her some stuff and make her stay in there a little bit easier. Maybe they slip in a Naruto cake with a key in it, or maybe with cigarettes in it too. I don't know, but Volvo Volume 1 podcast. Yeah. Volvo 1, Volume 1 brought to you by Volvo. But yeah, dude, it is a little convenient. That's all I'm saying. So a lot of people I think are going to want to befriend her, because she's really big in the cake community. And I think that a lot of people are going to want to get on her good side, because she's going to have a lot of stuff coming in those cakes. You guys want more Volvo? Is that what you want? Is that what everybody wants? More Volvo? Yeah, basically, I do think this is fascinating though, because it says here that the woman was, basically arrested because check out how much money she made. She sold, so each cake being made, she was selling each cake for $120. That's a cake, dude. That's a cake right there. She's caked up. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money for a cake. I'm over there shopping at Walmart, dude, and I'm pretty sure I've seen one. I'm pretty sure I've seen a Demon Slayer cake at Walmart, okay? And I paid $19.99 for it, maybe even $10 for it. But she was selling for $120, and she made 50, and this is in US too. What do you call it? Converted it. Stupid. From yen to USD, $57,000 making cakes. I mean, on one hand, you gotta respect the hustle. Okay, you gotta respect the hustle, and I understand maybe she had to be made an example out of. I understand that, and I understand that there's a lot of shit happening on Redbubble where people are taking advantage of other artists' work, and I understand that we gotta support the artists. We have to do that. But on one hand, Demon Slayer, cultural phenomenon. Okay, I'm pretty sure everybody involved, anybody who has a finger in the Demon Slayer pie, is eating pretty, sitting pretty, whatever, eating cake, Anyway, let the woman go. Free her. This goes way deeper than you can ever imagine. Josh, have you heard of this niche shonen manga called Naruto from 1999? It sounds familiar. It does sound a little familiar. Japan doesn't mess around when it comes to their IPs. Yeah, I know. It is a thing in Japan. I think America, the United States is a lot more lax. Like I think there's cease and desists that would come before that. And I don't know if Japan has a version of a cease and desist that they would send before that. Thoughts on Demon Slayer season 2 in general? You think it will replicate the crazy success of the season 1 movie? Demon Slayer, I mean, as someone who has been into, shonen, and that was my gateway into anime, Demon Slayer is another example of like a jujitsu in the sense that it is peak shonen, and it is doing everything right. On top of the fact, and I hope that we get this with Chainsaw Man, but where it also sort of is comparable to Jujutsu is that the anime adaptation that it got, phenomenal. Like, there are some series that are just set up for success. And I do think that there are series that maybe given that treatment might be bigger than they are. I think Demon Slayer, is great. I mean, it's a cultural phenomenon for a reason. Do I also, at the same time, and I'm going to be very careful about how I say this, do I think that is it one of my favorite series ever? No. But is it something that I enjoy? Yeah. And so I think it's going to be great. And Megan went to go see the movie in theaters, and she actually invited us to go. And for whatever reason, I couldn't make it. So I have not seen the movie yet. But I'm going to get around to it soon. And I think Demon Slayer is not going anywhere for a while. It is so crazy. It's become, Tanjiro will always now be next to Luffy and Naruto and Ichigo and, goated studio for sure. Have you ever read the Demon Slayer manga? Actually, I haven't. I started watching it when the anime came out. Because of just the hype, really. Everybody was so excited about that, and I think rightfully so. It's great. I mean, it's a great series. It's wild that it is as big as it is, just because, again, I don't need anybody calling me old, but I remember I went to go see a Naruto movie in theaters, and I remember there was like 4 people in the theater. Like, no one gave a shit about. I went to go see a Dragon Ball movie in theaters. Like no one gave a shit. Okay, I remember, and it is funny because when I was looking up the state of the Shonen Jump sort of sales and everything, there was some articles and there was some interviews with teachers. And what's kind of crazy is how culture has shifted. And this teacher in the United States, at least, was saying that, and I think it is also fascinating that it is happening in the United States, that they are catching more of their students reading manga in class than they are reading comic books. And I know that that's one testimony from one teacher, and it's very maybe area specific, but I do think it is indicative of this younger generation too, just becoming like hardcore weebs. I mean, and I think TikTok has really been a huge factor in it, and I love it for that, because I'm saying sayonara to DC, to Marvel, to all that. I'm sorry. I'm over it. I've been over it. Do I think Image is still producing quality content like Saga? And there was one called, I think it was called like Black Science or something like that. And there was one called The Manhattan Project. And, Image still from time to time will release an interesting story. But I do think that it is over. Comic books are going to get bodied and have been getting bodied by manga for a long time. And it is just cool that kids now are really just kids now. And then I looked at a comment in the chat that said Boomer Josh. So I saw a comment that said Boomer Josh. But yeah, I do think it is cool that this younger generation, the kids that are in high school right now, are reading manga, dude. Because I remember, while I never did a Naruto run, and yes, I've said it in previous episodes before. Yes, I did learn some jutsus. Okay, I did learn the Katon Go Kakyu no Jitsu, the Kagebun Shin no Jitsu, of course, dude. And And did I practice them? Yes. And did I have a headband? I didn't get headband level, but I got pretty deep. And that's all I'll say. Comics will get bodied in sales, but they still rule live action. Yo, just hopped in. What's poppin'? Classic Josh with the great hair, bruh. And thank you, Doflamingo. What's poppin'? Shout out. Shout out. We got a hair comment. I just went to a Supercuts today. Come at me. A lot of people hating on Supercuts. It's like, it's like the chain. It's like this chain salon. And a lot of people don't like it because it's a chain, business. Anyway. Show off some of the hand signs. Okay. I don't know if I remember the whole jutsu, but I remember we got one of those. Bow, bow, bow. We got one of those right there. If I had to remember, because it went like this, and then it went like this, and then it went like that. It's also the way the laptop is. It's not really doing me any favors. But anyway, well, you say you ever do a collab with Jameson since you're a big Bleach fan. Who is this guy? Let's see. Who is this fool right here? Let me see. Copy and paste. Tony Wood. Tony Wood. Let me see. Let me see this. Let me do a little digging right now. He's a YouTube guy, I'm assuming, right? I'm assuming you're looking it up live. Looking it up live, dude, right here. Okay. That's crazy that I've never heard of him. He's got a shitload of subscribers. Good for him. The man's killing it. James Hansen. Okay, I'm over here plugging other YouTube channels now. Oh, wow. He does do exclusively, it seems like, Bleach content. I would absolutely love to. Maybe I'll leave a comment on one of his videos right here live, and we'll see what happens. Homie throwing up gang signs in the studio. All right, live. We'll leave a comment on this fool's video, and we'll see what happens. And you know who else I would love to do a collab with? Although, and I'm going to hate, dude. I'm going to end this stream, and I'm going to hate that I said this. The Masked Man, okay? He does put out, some good content, specifically manga content. I did watch a video, and I think it was like more of a podcast formatted video, and he was saying some wild stuff. And I was like, okay. Let me just let this ride out before I really make a decision. But Josh, who made your volume 1 sign? I make signs for a living, and it looks really good. Mike, I got it at that place Frankincense that I talked about in the beginning of this episode, or the beginning of the stream, where it's this swap meet. They sell a bunch of comic book, anime, figures, manga, comics, a bunch of collectibles. It's an amazing place. And there's a guy there who makes signs. And it's 100% true story, and you might not believe it, but I went there to commission a sign from him. Nice guy, very nice guy. I think he charged us maybe about $200 for the sign, which is a great deal. And if you look at this baby close up, it's fantastic. And I had to go meet him at his house to go pick the sign up once it was done. And the whole transaction was shady. Like, it was so shady. I had to go to this man's house in the middle of the night, dude. I went out. He calls me, tells me it's ready, that I could go pick it up. I sit outside of this man's house for probably about half an hour. I'm texting him. I'm calling him. No answer. He ends up telling me that he's like Norcoed out and he's passed out on the couch and he like missed the calls, whatever. And then gives me the sign. I'm like, okay, thank you so much, yada, yada, yada. And he's like leaned up against his truck and he starts going off on about his truck and how kind of, I don't know how badass his truck is or whatever. And then starts talking to me about guns and asking me if I want to see his guns and stuff. And I was like, you know what, brother? I gotta go. And I left and I dipped. But it was it's a fantastic sign and he's a great craftsman. I will say that. And if you, Mike, slide into the DMs, if you do make signs, we would love to support you, commission something from you. So if you are interested in that, slide into our DMs at Volume 1 Pod and we will, maybe hit you up for something. Every Masked Man is the goat when it comes to Berserk. Yeah, Masked Man, look, spam that fool. Spam him, okay? Spam him and say that you want a Volume 1 collab. Because I would do it. And you're about to see this right now. James Hansen. Why am I, plugging another YouTuber on here? I don't know. But what's the latest video that this fool released right now? Let's do it. 3 hours ago. Okay, here we go. Right here. 3 hours ago. And then we go right here. And then we go, let's see, where the comments at? Come on. And I swear to God, if I see one boomer comment, it's just because the desktop and the way that the windows are arranged right now. And I feel it, dude. I feel you guys already talking mad shit. Oh, right here. Add a comment right here. Okay, what are we saying? Volume 1. Can't even type. Collab when? Question mark. Should I send it? Should I fire it off? I mean, there's a lag in the chat, so I will come back. I won't fire it off yet. And then we're going to go to the Masked Man. We're going to just do a live collab, dude. I'm just going to start not harassing. Sorry for the algorithm. Not harassing. Talking, suggesting that other YouTubers should do a collab with us. Fire it off. Someone said fire it off. All I needed was one, and it's a go. Here we go. Volume 1 collab win right there. You guys see it right there. Oh, someone said James Hansen's kind of a clown. Well, a little too late. Now let's hop on over to the Masked Man. Let's see. And I'm just really, hopefully, none of these guys don't turn out to be sus. You know what I'm saying? Which is a danger. Let's see what the Masked Man has. I don't think he's released a video in a long time. 5 days ago. You know what you could do too? Maybe go to the community posts 19 hours ago, right here. So we're going to go to his community tab right here, 19 hours ago. And we're going to add another comment right here. This is the Masked Man now. And then we're going to go real life Ryan. Geez, give me YouTubers that we're going to spam right now. Volume. Can't even spell. 1 collab win. Right? Comment. Boom. Done. Someone said real life Ryan. I swear if any of these people are sus, I'm not gonna be happy. And maybe we'll get entangled in some sort of controversy. And I do see that people are saying that maybe we'll get entangled. Real life Ryan, another guy. Oh, he does. Okay. All right, guys, we're getting off track. Okay. AAA podcast. It's another anime. Okay. Roger Base. Okay, you guys. I thought you guys might not be interested in this, but you guys are firing off some YouTubers. So I was about to abandon this whole thing, and now I'm in it. Now I'm committed. Now we're doing it. If there's interest in it, it's happening. I'm going Roger Base right here, right now. Okay, Roger Base. Let's see. Roger Base. Should we go to his community tab or should we go to one of his videos? Because he just has 4 days ago on his community tab. So we'll go to his videos right here. And he's live. Should we hop in his live right now? Volume 1. Yeah, he's live right now. Should I just hop in the chat right here? Damn, wouldn't that be crazy if that fool was just like, all right, down, win. It's subscribers only. Damn. All right, well, 2 days ago. I mean, he's not going to see, but whatever. Commit, right? We're committed. Maybe he has the YouTube Studio app, and he'll get it right now. So we'll go again right here. And I'm just saying the same thing. Volume 1, collab, win. That one gets 2 question marks right there. 2 question marks. Someone says Roger Base is hella tight. Maybe I should have said like One Piece collab or something. We'll see what he says. I mean, if anybody, you know what? We could do some recon. If anybody in here is subscribed to him and it can hop over to that live and just like, I don't know, tell him, just be like, hey, there's this podcast this channel called Volume 1. They want to do a collab. See what he says. Real life Ryan. How do we feel about? Oh damn, you guys are just spamming all these fucking YouTubers. Okay, yeah, we're on a mission right now, dude. We're on a crusade. This live has gone off the rails and it has turned. What has it become? I don't even know, but it's just become me opening tabs of YouTubers and just texting them the same thing. Yeah, go like. Yeah, everybody in the chat, go like the comment. That'd be so sick. That'd be so sick. Okay, hold on. Someone said Mudan TV. Okay, Mudan. Mudan. Let's go. See what's up. What kind of content do they make? The problem with isekai. Okay. Let's go over to videos right here. Already done. Be cautious of spoilers. Okay, I'm careful. 9 months ago? That's when their last video was? What the heck? 9 months ago? Mudan hasn't been doing nothing. Mudan's been slacking for 9 months. Real Life Ryan. How do we feel about Real Life Ryan, everybody? How do we feel about Real Life Ryan? Let's see. Let's go to Real Life Ryan. Let's see if he's got a community. Oh, 3 days ago. Good news, I finally got my manga off the floor. Sick manga collection. Volume 1 collab win. Here we go. Watch this. Check this out. Sick manga collection. Right. Volume 1 collab win. And can you guys see me typing all that out? Oh no, not really, huh? Comment. Done. All right, any other YouTubers we should because you can't use the H word. Any other YouTubers we should talk to, reach out to? Randy Troy, someone says. Mudan just looks like they haven't been doing anything. Great genuine guy, no controversy at all with him. Good to go. Everybody's saying Roger Base, dude. This fool, okay. And that's the thing, dude. Okay, I don't think Mudan has any spare time. Oh, I know. The main topic of the live. Yes, I forgot. I told you it went off the rails, but sometimes you just got to let the show go where the show wants to go. Okay, and this is the last one I'm going to look up then. Randy Troy. Okay, how do we feel about Randy Troy? Randy Troy is also live right now? Is that real? Oh, no, but that was streamed 3 hours ago. Randy Troy. Okay, I mean, he seems kind of cool. He's got Randy Wood. Okay, Randy Wood. Okay, here we go. And this is the last one that we're going to get back on topic. Spoilers. Okay, I'm not going to look at anything. I'm just going to click right here. Okay, I'm not going to look. Pause that. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. Oh, damn. Yo, it's chat reply. Damn it. Did I go to his community tab? Blah, blah, blah. 1 month ago. Okay. Right here. Right here. Spoilers. I don't want to look at anything. You guys are like, I'm scared. Volume 1. One Piece collab when. If this is the most basic ass thing to comment, then it is what it is. All right, I'm clicking off before I see anything. Okay. He is chill, super nice. I mean, I feel crazy right now because I just feel like we went on a crusade together, and I feel like we're brothers in arms right now. Anyway, to check off everything that's on the list, left on the list, the Demon Slayer cake lady. I hope free her. And someone said, bro, just email them. Yeah, I know, but it's more fun to because you can just email them, right? But then hear me out. There is something fun about getting everybody involved. And then if you like the comments, then maybe it shows them that I don't know, these are people that people support or that people, care enough about to want them to succeed. I don't know. It's a little more special than an email, it feels like, but maybe you're right. And maybe I should email them too. Free my homies in jail, especially if they're just in there for making cake. The last thing is Attack on Titan, and then we will end. Attack on Titan and One Piece Red too. But again, I wasn't really super prepared to talk about One Piece Red, and because of potential, I guess, spoilers. One Piece is popping off, dude. And do I feel a little left out? Yes, I feel super left out. Let me close some of these tabs up so that I can make sure that I have everything sort of organized. Let me see what's up with this real quick, and then we'll do the Attack on Titan, and that'll be it. One Piece's next film reportedly focused on the past of Shanks, leader of the red-haired pirates, one of the or emperor. Oh, spoiler. Yeah, maybe this is bad. Because it's gonna spoil shit. I'm waiting for all the comments to come in and be like, "Don't do this." Look, all I know is that I'm excited for another One Piece movie, and if it doesn't give anything away, like a lot of the other One Piece movies, you can watch them and not really get any major plot points spoiled, other than obviously the introduction of some characters, like the other Straw Hats that you meet later on. But other than that, yeah, you can watch them all. So I'm down to watch One Piece Film Red. I'm excited about it. If it is about Shanks, I love Shanks. I love everything that has anything to do with Shanks. I almost bought a Shanks figure when I was at that place too. Yes. I'm really praying for this Roger Base X Volume 1 podcast to happen. Fingers crossed. How are you going to collab with someone on One Piece when you have barely covered? Look, okay, Mr. Sealing. First of all, thank you, Mustafa, for being optimistic. Thank you. And we need more of that, okay? And Mr. Sealing, your waifu, yes, I have talked to you, not face-to-face, but I have talked to you over Discord, and I think you're a beautiful human being, and I want to say that first. And second, we'll cram, okay? We'll cram. If people want to see this Roger-based collab, we'll cram. We'll get to wherever we need to get to make it happen, okay? And maybe there's something else that he might want to talk about other than One Piece, and we'll make that work. But then he said, but then Mr. Senior said, I'm just thinking ahead. And again, I got a little defensive and I got a little aggressive, and I apologize for that. I love you. And again, you're a beautiful man. You're a beautiful human. Someone else saying about the movie, that it's about Shanks' adventures in the Grand Line. Yeah, dude, if that is true, which it doesn't look like it's confirmed, but if it's called One Piece Red, then why would you assume it would be anything else? Especially on some of these tweets, right? That you're being seen, the script is written, blah, blah, blah. Oda is the general supervisor, producer. I mean, it's always good. You always do hear that it's always nice when they're working on the films. But again, they're just supervising it. I think Oda is just the general supervisor and producer. So, I mean, you do believe that it's going to be good since he has a hand in it, but at the same time, like, he's not writing it. I mean, he does have to approve the script, I'm assuming. Will be the next movie of the series, releasing in, oh damn, that's actually not that far away. So August 6th, 2022. Hell yeah. Any more Volvo ads we can throw up here? All right, TBH, every One Piece fan loves to talk about One Piece. Other people who just started it, it's like a fun addiction that comes with being a fan of it. Yeah, there you go. Attack on Titan. We've reached, and I'm so sorry, Lloyd, you're going to hate me for this, but now is time. Attack on Titan. Here we go. Obviously, I'm super excited for part 2. Obviously, I'm bummed that this series is going to be ending. Obviously, I loved part 1. I thought the part 1 was great. Did I mute it? Am I still muted? I'm not still muted, right? The comments are delayed. Uh-oh. Damn. Could you guys hear the Attack on Titan thing though? I'll wait for the comments to catch up. I just made a fool out of myself right now. Live. I made a live fool out of myself right now. But no one heard the Attack on Titan thing? I'm gonna be stuck in a loop. So yeah, I have it pulled up here, and everybody's obviously seen the trailer. They released this key visual, which I think everybody was super excited about. It also, what does it really, give away, or what does it really like get you stoked for? It's just a beautiful callback to every moment that we have seen and we've experienced in all of Attack on Titan, and to see Eren and to see, him really, sort of teetering on the edge and really losing himself. I mean, he's really, I love when any series will push their protagonist and make him morally, his morally questionable. And I think if you zoom in right here too, I think you could see every moment, every impactful, beautiful moment. And they released a trailer today for part 2. Oh God. It's fine. We still love you. Okay, cool. Fools of a feather flock together. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'm not going to play it with sound. I'm just going to play it for us to just have kind of in the background as we're talking about it. If you haven't seen it, then you can just watch it. But I am so stoked. I think that, look, man, it's been a wild ride. Attack on Titan was one of the greatest anime that was airing at a certain point. I mean, I purposely didn't read the manga or finish it because I didn't want, and spoilers, I guess, by the way, if you're not caught up on Attack on Titan, but I also, I'm assuming you have based on sort of what this video is called. But yeah, we saw Levi right here too, right? Is that Levi? Levi looks a little, Levi looks a little like in danger. Levi, and nobody hurts Levi. Okay. Episode 76, Judgment. And it's coming out January 2022. That is right around the corner, January 9th. So hyped, dude. Incredibly hyped. It was one of the greatest anime airing at its time. A lot of people at the time, because we talked about the fandom, and I don't want to linger too much on the fandom of Attack on Titan, but a lot of people, it's so easy to get caught up in all the negatives, right? And people are so, when that show airs and when Mappa took over and everybody was like talking shit about the way it was animated and like giving the animators shit and like attacking them online, like attacking them on Titan online, I guess. It's so easy to get caught up in all the negative, but it's like, I really do like hope we can like celebrate this show and like how amazing this show was, not only for like us as fans, but like for the anime community, dude. Like Attack on Titan hit that level where like, sure, Demon Slayer might be one of the most popular anime that's ever aired outside of One Piece, obviously. And it is one of those series that is everywhere, but Attack on Titan, like you could talk to a person who had never watched anime and they like knew of or had watched Attack on Titan. Some people are saying AOT is what got me back into anime back when it first aired. Absolutely, dude. Like it almost was like the anime Game of Thrones in a sense that you could talk to almost anybody. And depending on obviously what area you live in, maybe it was like more predominantly where I was from, but you could almost talk to anybody and be like, have you heard of Attack on Titan? Or when you brought up anime, they wouldn't say One Piece. They wouldn't say Demon Slayer. They wouldn't say, whatever, Bleach or Naruto. They would say like, oh yeah, I've seen Attack on Titan, or yeah, my friend told me to check out Attack on Titan. Like, I hope we can really celebrate what it's done for the community because it's such an amazing series. It's so well told. And I think all of its protagonists and just getting to see like its reveals and what it's done and just the growth that, Eren and everybody from their camp, Levi, I mean, RIP to some of the characters who I won't mention just in case there are people in here who haven't seen the part one, the part one finale, whatever, the first 16 episodes of the final part. But RIP, you know who you are. And just getting to see everything be paid off, like and that's so, and be paid off in a way that feels like earned and feels like, at least where I'm at, like in the anime, like it doesn't feel like when we get to some of the payoffs, like it feels, it's a good feeling. It feels good. It feels. Now, I don't feel underwhelmed. I don't feel like I was like it was like rushed or it was an afterthought. I feel like fulfilled. I'm fulfilled by the answers that I'm being given and like what I'm seeing, Again, Cody has me a little afraid and a little nervous because of, how he said that the manga sort of wrapped up. And I do think that if they did decide to pop off Positive King, I do think that if they decide to tighten that up and maybe go for a more anime only, I'm actually going to look up more details on that because if they decide to not change it but tighten it up, I think that will be for maybe the best. But, oh God. We got another dono from Stuff X Shit. Oh, damn. We got to shout out every dono here. Thank you. And guess what he has to say?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I don't like One Piece, he says. Done. done. And I wish I had the dun 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 sound effect loaded up, but I do not. I mean, hey, to each their own. And the One Piece community, I think, will be pretty forgiving. All right. Oh my God, Tiberius. Here we go. Damn. Should have hit up Normie's World YT channel. JK, though. That's me, but maybe one day.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
You know what that means? We gotta hit him up right now. We gotta hit him up. We gotta do it. Because of the dono. Because of Tiberius. Shout out. Everybody give it up for Stuff X Shit and Tiberius. And if you pay or donate for a self-plug, then it's all good. Okay? Sasageo says Sageo. And you know we gotta hit him with, oh shoot, the live is off. Everything is falling apart here at the end. You know we gotta hit him with it. Sasageo, 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 Sasageo. You know we had to hit him with one of those. Yeah, man, I'm super pumped. I'm super excited. I can't wait. And yes, we're going to be talking about it. Yes, we want to do a live reaction. We want to react to the first episode. We have to react to the live episode. I would like to do more Attack on Titan videos leading up to it with the toxicity of the fan base. Who cares? Fuck them. We're here to just do what we want to do. And now that we have, so many cool people in our community that are there, that'll ride for us, that'll have our backs, maybe we can go to war with some of these fans. And I would definitely want to do some manga related Attack on Titan stuff. Like I said, because Cody's caught up, I think it'd be cool if we all kind of caught up and we're able to see the differences between the manga and the anime, which I think is something that we would all be super interested in doing. And yeah, like reacting to episodes and stuff too, because again, of just what it meant. And I think, and I might get a little flack for this, but it kind of was AOT over Demon Slayer for me. And this is where maybe a lot of people bounce, but, I also, it doesn't mean I don't mean to take away from Demon Slayer. Obviously Demon Slayer was great, but, I think that's what it was for me. Anyway, let me look up this last little bit of news about them potentially doing an anime or an anime only, or sort of an anime version ending, and see what's going to happen there. But other than that, if I can't find it, if it takes away too much of my attention, and I'm not able to multitask and do both, then we'll just talk more about it later. But yes, more reactions. Some people are saying attack on Cody. I attack Cody every day I see him, and it's usually verbal, but every now and then it gets a little physical. And I do mean that, in both an aggressive and sexual way. You guys should do more anime reactions and make them Patreon exclusive. I'd love to. I mean, we love to make them public too. And if I can find that footage of that original reaction that we did, I'd love to show it. I'd love to show it in a live. I'd love to show it for the ride or dies, the people who show up here and to kick it, people who are down to kick it and down to clown. I might find that in the archive and pull it up so you guys can check it out. And maybe I'll throw it up on the Patreon too. I mean, who knows? The build up to all of it was unlike any other, but as a manga reader though, after the ending, I don't know if I can be truly excited about it anymore. If they do tweak some things, it can totally work though. And that's kind of my point. That's kind of, or not my point so much as it is Cody's point, which is that he felt similarly. And from what I gather from other people who have read the manga and concluded it, it does seem to be that feeling for them as well. And that it did sort of, the way it, like the last couple chapters, and I guess what it was with Cody too, and he'll talk about it more, is just like how it was paced, I think really kind of did sour it for him. But that's what I'm saying. If they tighten it up as opposed to going a completely different direction, I'm here for it. I'm here for it if it elevates the story. And I think that's also a very risky move though for them. Couple more comments and then it's sayonara. That is salute from your boy, from Josh Yeager. Couple more responses to some of your questions, and then I would like for you to go enjoy your day. I got Evangelion to watch. We got another dono. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear or see that other donation that just came in right now?
Damn, son,
from
where'd you
Stuff
find this?
X Shit. Thank you. He says, how much caffeine are you on, Josh? Cody Gang forever. You got me at the end there with the Cody Gang thing. I thought, maybe you were thinking about switching sides, switching teams. And you still can, and I will forgive this transgression. However, I only had one cup of coffee today. This is how I ride. I come in, I wake up like this. I wake up to this Hisoka music like this. And I go like this. And a lot of people don't believe me, but good morning. Woo! Josh Gang, where you at? And that's how we do it, dude. And people are saying Cody Gang for life, dude. And it's getting to a level of disrespect that I can't even handle right now.